And good morning, baseball fans. We welcome you one more time. Championship Day here, the 2025 Perfect Game AM hour here in sunny Southern California. We welcome you live. The matchups this morning, the ZT Prospects 17U national team going up against the Trosky. Barkman, the lefty, who'll start things off for the Brewers club. Over on first base, correction behind the plate, catching Oliveira, side sap. That's the defensive set. Your umpires today, Al will be behind the plate. He'll take care of things, managing the game, working with a two-man to get things started here. Oliveira sends it down to second base, and leading things off, number 11, Hunter Harrington. Harrington, 10 innings or 2 hours, whatever happens first. A must-win situation. We'll talk about anything where there could be a potential tie and where that kicks in as Harrington will step in. Umpire. And back to back. Rounds one, he'll be in with two, and he's on his way. He'll shut it down at second. He started to round, and Harrington. Hunter pulls the trigger. Lopez. So Lopez steps in with Harrington. It's hit ball. Harrington will round 30s on his way. They're going to throw it in. And Harrington, with good wheels, will score. Lopez on his way to second. And Prospects. Josiah and Andrade will step in. Andrade. Long look for Coach Rick Martinez down on the third base side. Second baseman in top. Pez over on the third base side. William Myhand will step in.
Come on, Will.
Myhand. And Myhand takes a cut, fouls it straight back, and the count goes to 2-1. And the count goes to 2-2. So Barkman evens things up here in the top of the first frame. A 2-2 count with one. And 2 outs on the books.
Bring him in, Hottie.
Hudson Reed stepping in. So Reed looks at ball one. The count is 1-0. Lopez still parked at third. 9. Got into the power alley for a solo shot. And chops it foul down the third base side. The count goes to 1-2. And swing and a miss. Change up there. And Barkman will take care of business there. And they'll leave one on, but they get one as Lopez went up the middle. And the Prospects will get on the defensive side. The 2025 Perfect Game UBC offensive side. On the mound pitching for the club, Corwin Allard. Behind the plate, Josiah Andrade, and Will Myhand will be there. In the 7th spot, Luke Manderson. Over in the 8th spot, Matthew Ramirez, and rounding things out on the right side, Zane Hukala. So Andrade And Allard runs it in. And the count goes to 2-1 on Friedberg. Across the deck in time. Well executed, 5-3 on the putout. And Hudson Reed, Huddy, takes care of the first out there. Allard off the bump, defensive play there, well executed. 1-3 on the putout. And 2-0 count to Jackson. Count goes to 2-1. 2-1 count. We're here in the bottom of the first. They go 1-2-3 in the first. We'll head to the second inning. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Semifinal game number 2, the 2025 UBC event here in Irvine, California. We'll be right back. Hold foul. And the count goes to 1-1. And a swing at the plate there, and the count goes to 2-2 for Manderson. And swing and a miss. And foul there. And a ball pulled foul. And 2 down. Matthew Ramirez will step in. Ramirez hitting in the 8 spot.
Let's go, Matt.
With Zane who. And swing and a miss there. And the count is 0-2. Ramirez takes it 2-2 here. So Ramirez steps back in. The bottom of the second. And 1-0 Prospect. Stay with us. You're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game Ultimate. Well, we're ready to go here as we start the bottom of the second. Stepping in the 4-hitter, Hot will put it in. We're ready to go. And Hoddle. My hand holding Hoddle on over on the first base side. Allard works from the stretch. High hopper there. good effort nonetheless. Harrison, pitch on the way. Ball's hit. Well hit ball, right center. And coming in, they're going to cut it in. Round. So, and a ball chopped foul there. The count is 0-1. 1-1 tie here, semifinal game number 2. And that ball gets up. The count goes to 1-1. Count goes to 1-2. 1 out, runner at third in Oliveris. Oliveris at third. The 2-0 pitch. Inside, ball 3. And Allard answers back with a strike. The count goes to 3-1. Taking all the way Morrison. So 3-2 count as Allard resets here and ready to go. So two outs here in the bottom of the second. Takes care of home plate. Morrison steps in. We're ready to go again here at 3-2. Long triple. And we're in a 1-1 tie here as Allard and the prospects will get on the offensive side. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Frame here. It's a 1-1 tie and good matchup as expected. You make it this far in the tournament. Only 4 teams moved into the championship bracket. The first semi for his club. Zane hitting in the 9 spot. They go 9-1-2. Slow roller third base should be a routine play there and in time. Back to the top of the order. Hunter Harrington will step in. That back and a long fly out to the left side. So 2 down as Lopez will step in. So Hunter with a good stroke at the plate, but Barkman ready to go. Lopez. Ball is low and out. The count is 1-0. Lopez, line shot to the shortstop. Well, we're ready to go here in the bottom of the third frame. A 1-1 tie, semifinal game number 2. Winner goes to the show. 1. And stepping in, Kastetler hitting in the 10 spot. The infield umpire down on the first base side, Oren, right on the call, working with Gammy over on the third base sides, now on the infield. Pitch on the way. Good pitch there. Ball's very, very close call there.
Then he was playing quarterback, then he went to tight end, now he's back at quarterback. And he pitches.
And the count is 0-1. And the batter will step out. Munt. And a good bunt at first and second. And Friedberg to the top. As Ty Daniels, another bunt shown. And a strike at the plate. So Allard gets a strike called there. The count's 0-1 as Friedberg pulls back. The strike up the middle. And again, Allard locates as Friedberg presents, pulls back, and looks at a strike. And swing and a miss. Strike three. Allard gets the K. Friedberg will. Kastetler at first, Grable at second. And that ball is to the fence line. Here comes one in Grable. Kastetler will come in with a long throw to third. And a triple and 2 runs. So Allard gets the K. And some good movement there, and 2 outs on the book. All up and in. The count is 1-0. Through. Count is 2-1. Yes, we'll be right back. So Josiah Andrade will step in. As we're ready to go here, and Andrade. Ball out. Count is 2-1, says Al, our head umpire. Something going with the prospects as they're chasing 2 to get even here in the top of the 4th frame. umpire makes the call. Ball was low in the zone, and a couple of comments over on the left side, but as a hand will step in.
Go, Will.
Morrison over on first, holding Martinez on. Throw back over. And my hand looking for a knock here for the prospects. And my hand takes a cut, fouls it off. The count is 0-1. And Will takes a cut, fouls it off to the left side, and the count is 0-2. And Will takes another cut, and staying active with an 0-2 count for Barkman and Trosky, with back in time. Will step in.
Steve.
So Hudson Reed steps in. No outs. So no outs, infield umpires third. And runners at first and second.
Come on, Luke.
One out, and
Come on, Luke.
so 0-1 count to Manderson. He steps back in. They get the baseball picked up down in the corner. And now we'll put it back. Swing and a miss there at the plate. And the ball's popped up. And behind home plate. And right to us here under the tent.
I got it. Thank you.
Jackson in tight. He'll roll off on second. Pitch on the way. Slow roller to the right side, foul. And a ball missing out. Manderson laying off. Prospects here with one out, top of the fourth. Barkman checks the bases, ready to deal. Pitch on the way. Ball is low. Did he go at the plate? And they said he went at the plate. Daniels will step in. 0-1. Daniels yesterday. Prospects got some good production out of him. And Friedberg will take care of it. Prospects, they'll leave two on. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth, 3-1. Ryan Walls will step in. He'll take the mound. And get his warm-up tosses. We'll be ready to go. We'll be right back. Stay with us. We're in the bottom of the fourth, 3-1. They go 5, 6, 7 here. I think they'll see what they'll call there. And count is 0-1. Durbin steps back in. And a ball missing outside. The count goes to 2-1. Slider there, good movement. That ball looked like it hit, but the count goes to 3-2. Right side, and Zane Hukala gets the first out for the club. 2 additional runs over. And looks at a strike there. Count is 0-1. And that ball gets away from Andrade. The count goes to 1-2.
I wasn't talking to you, bro. I think it was the situation.
And a ball out. 3-2 count. And strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Stepping in the 7-hitter Sapp. And a ball out. Third base. Good grab, Reed. Cross, gathers, throw is in time. Good place. Will Myhand over on the first base. Game UBC here at the Great Park in Irvine. We'll be right back. Stay with us. So we're ready to go here in the 5th. So Ramirez will step in, facing Barkman. 5th frame, they go 8-9-1. Ball elevated, the count evens up at 1-1. 2 strikes. As Ramirez just looking to get something going for himself, and a ball in. And the count goes to 2-2. As the coach comes out, and you could see him immediately kind of towards his elbow. You could hear it, and hopefully he's okay behind the plate. And a lot of crazy things happen, like things like that were fouled off, and he'll be all right. They'll give him a minute. As Martinez talking to Ramirez and Olivares. Well, the 2-2 count holds here. Ramirez will step back in. The 3-2 pitch. High fly ball in the gap. That ball's got some carry to it. And to the fence line. Ramirez with good wheels. He's rounding second. Matthew Ramirez goes deep to right center, gets to the fence line, and finds himself at third. Opportunity for the prospects with no outs. Hukala, convert him. Prospects chasing 2 to get even. Ball's upstairs, the count goes to 1-2. Yeah, and so the umpire delayed call there as Hukala jumped out after getting tagged. As Coach Martinez Coach Andrade and Ramirez, or correction, Martinez, as Hunter Harrington waiting here patiently as Hukala made a move, and so consult and a visit out to the mound here as Harrington will step in And we'll see what happens here with Barkman. Change coming up. They're going to pull Barkman off, and a fine job for Dean Barkman for the Trosky Milwaukee Brewers scout team. So we should be ready to go. Ready to deal, works from the stretch, pitch on the way. Ball is low and out. The count is 1-0. So Harrington just looking for a knock. He flied out to the left side his last at bat, got a double before 2-0. And Ramirez at third, and Hukala over on the first base side. Morrison holds him on. Staying patient. Full count, no outs. Harrington locked in. Sue from the stretch. Runners at the corners. He checks first. And a pitcher throws a pitch and a strike called. So Harrington locks back in. Hukala off of first. And one out for Justin Lopez.
Go, Trosky.
And a ball low on the inner third. The count is 1-0. The prospects looking to manufacture a couple of runs as they're chasing two to get even. We're in the top. He will get on board with an RBI single, and Hukala will end up at third. So Ramirez comes in, and Lopez going opposite. Finds it down on the first base side and on board. Sue continuing to work from the. And a ball at the plate. The count is 1-0.
Come on, Sai.
Sue look. Lopez gets checked up at third, and Andrade. The boys swinging it to the right side today, opposite field. So a 3-3 tie, and time called as Castle and his guys consulting, slowing things down. And Lopez at third. So a 3-3 tie here, and a visit out. It's a good one. We'll be right back. And Will looks at a ball. Will takes a look. Count evens up at 1-1. One out. Prospects have evened things up here. As Andrade with a shot down to the first base line, deep into the left side. Two will come over. And Will's going to shut it down, and on board with a single and a two-run RBI. And Hudson Reed will step in. And another time, and I can assure you this video, get your pitching change in a moment. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So head coach Abraham Ruiz says it's time to make a shift again. Third pitcher of the game here stepping in. Noah DeBella, the lefty. He'll get some warm-up tosses. In here in the top of the and a ball low, and Castle comes out quickly, blocks it up the and steps back in with a 2-0 count on him with one out. Hard hit ball into the gap. Right fielder's got to go all the way to the fence. Center field's making a move. No. And a ground rule double. Runners at the corners here for Luke Manderson. And a little flare off of the infield, and you got to run. And opening up with a strike, the count is 0-1. And DeBella ahead here at the count at 0-2. My hand at third. And stepping in, Ty Daniels. Runners at second, third. Trosky looking to get out of the inning. Pitch on the way. And a strike there, and the count goes to 1-2. We'll be ready to go here as Al, our head umpire, cleans things off at home plate. So Bryce Morrison, the 8-hitter, pitched jumping there at the plate, and the count is 2-1. Morrison able to foul that down the line. He'll put it back in. He's going to ready to go. The 2-2 pitch. Ball into the gap. Big route. And right side, Zane Hukala pulls it in. Morrison. So Grable will step in. And a righty-lefty matchup. Wilson. And on board with a single. Fifth. Kastetler stepping in. Getting in the 10 spot with Friedberg on board. Throw back over to Will Myhan. And fastball upstairs, the count goes to 3-1. Line shot, they go back to 1. And a bang, bang play back over to the first. 2 outs. Friedberg steps in. Walls works ahead here, the slider. Runner at first, Mahan holding him on. Pitch on the way. And a ball up inside. The count goes to 2-1. 2 outs, bottom of the fifth. As I mentioned, we're here in the bottom of the fifth frame. Semifinal game, the 2025 Perfect Game UBC event here at Great Park in Irvine. Chris Allard with the call. Afternoon. A little past the 1 p.m. hour. Here this Thursday. Hopefully you're enjoying your summer. Great baseball being played around the country. And sweeper just missed. And ball 4, that gets away from Walls. He didn't want to do that on a full count. So Walls has done a nice job for the club thus far, and Martinez is going to take the ball from him. So Ryan Walls will have a seat. So Martinez and the prospects making a pitching change, left-hander outs. And Vega will get a couple more warm-up tosses. Stay with us, we'll be right back. And so Vega opens up there with a catch, strike, and runners at first and second. Ty Daniels at short. 1-1 count. Vega ready to deal. Pitch on the way. Ball swung on, foul. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Did he go? Yes. Strike 3 at the plate. Vega comes in, puts his stuff over, and gets the strikeout. And they'll strand. And Ramirez looks at a strike. The count evens up at 1-1. Zane Hukala, the prospects here go 8-9-1 here in the 6th. Ramirez takes a cut, foul tip with 1 out. Zane back to the pitcher, should be a routine play there. Base is empty for Hunter Harrington. Hunter steps in with 2 down and mentioned in the top of the 6th. And a strike there. DeBella runs it outside. 1. Harrington right into the glove of DeBella. So a 4-pitch walk for Vega, and Andrade walks out to slow things down just to talk to his guy. So Vega gets the pick, and Paulson will have a seat. The runner's out. Base is empty. Vega. And Durbin steps in the 5 spot. Throw back over. My hand slapping the tag on over on Hoddle. One out, bottom 6. Vega goes low at a 3-1 count. It out. Durbin takes a look. The count goes full. Laveras. Correction. Catcher now of record, Jonah Castle in the box. Ball up, the count's 1-0. With 2 outs. And a strikeout. Counts 3-1. We'll get on the offensive side. You're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game semi-final game number 2 here. The Great Park in Irvine, the UPC Ultimate Baseball. Well, we're ready to go here as we're in the 7th final frame. Prospects here go 2-3-4 as DeBella opens with the ball. The count. So Justy Lopez gets on board again. So Andrade looking for a knock with Lopez at second. DeBella takes a look. Wants to talk to Andrade. And once again, as you're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game season, to learn more about PG, go to perfectgame.com. The older crew will head to Atlanta. That's all taking place next week. DeBella ready to deal. Pitch on the way. And a good stop for Castle at the plate. That could have gone. Correction on the count. 2-2 to Andrade. Ball. Andrade swinging a miss. DeBella runs it out. Andrade stay productive here with Lopez at second, one down. Top of seventh, trying to convert one more. High fly ball. Center field. Lopez. Hudson Reed will step in with 2 outs here in the seventh. And a hard swing there, and that'll do it. So a busted bat there for Hudson Reed, and Lopez. So a pitching change here for the ZT Prospects 17U national team as Josiah Andrade heads out to the mound. And we'll get things started here in the seventh. High hopper. Reed. High throw. An error on the official scorecard. E5. Darvish opens up with the ball. The count is 1-0. Hit by pitch at runners at first and second. Stepping in guard. And a 5-3 affair. We're in the bottom of the frame. Trosky. Bunt shown here. Everybody moves up. And a good play there. Shoei back on the bump there, ready to go. On his 0-1. So Darvish. Toucan ahead here. As Castetler steps back in. A long look, Darvish from the stretch, check out, and 2 outs. And Trosky down to their last out here with 2 down in the bottom of the seventh frame. Daniel shuffling around, he ranges up, fastball up, the count's 1-0. And Shoei evens things up at 1-1. Been excellent pitch. The count is 1-2, and Trosky down to their final strike. And that in right off of the third base line foul.
Any dudes today? What's the top?
Locked in. A 1-2 pitch. Ball out. The count evens up at 2-2. Time is called. Friedberg gets granted at the plate. Al, our head umpire, says, okay, step out, and Darvish will step off. So everybody resets here with a 2-2. So the 3-2 pitch, chopped foul at the plate. Shoei looks at the call. here in the bottom of the 7th frame with the Prospects leading this one 5-3. Winner of this one goes on to the show. And Friedberg back up the middle. They'll pick up a run. It's 5-4. Coach Martinez, quick visit out to the hill. And just getting his guys collected, slowing things. Well, we're ready to go here as Jackson steps in, runners at second and third. It's 5-4.
Are you sure it wasn't the exit view? It was on the same line? No. Wait, you got a 9 right now? The pitcher got hit.
And fastball up. The count goes even to 1-1. In the upper part of the ladder there, if you look at it, and the count is and a 2-1 here. As Darvish looking for an out here. They'll let the runner go, looking for a move. After the consult and the appeal, foul ball. So the batter will come back in Jackson again. We'll go back to a 2-2 count. The count is 2-2 with 2 outs. And if you looked at it, my hand, we've got it on the tape. My hand's hand for Darvish and the Prospects after what looked like the game was over and Trosky had it locked. The call was reversed, a foul ball down the line. And the game, as expected here in the semifinals. We're going to move on to the championship, the show, the main event, the 2025 Perfect Game Ultimate Baseball Championship coming to you.